Westworld. From Westworld. Let's get it. Don't be sure, tell them make sure. If not, we gon' make more. Clips say it hold 20, but I think it could take more. Grab a stick, fire on your camp, we gon' make s'mores. I ain't satisfied with my spot, then I'ma take yours. No matter how many roadblocks in my way, I'ma break forward. This path I'm on is so damn narrow, I just stay forward. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, I just ate more. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, give me 8 more. Nigga, I don't sugarcoat shit, bitch, I'm straightforward. Don't give a fuck if they don't let me in, I just break doors. Ballin' so hard, they asking what team that I play for. Scammer who? They ain't stopped making guns when they made yours. Sick with it. Feeling like I woke up with stage 4. They ain't want the peace loose, but they opened up the cage for. Endure the pain, been through hard times is what I'm made for. Paid my dues, never left a wage, I just rage roar. Many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Stood against all enemies. In high school, you was the man that's lost memory shit. Lost energy, never lost my energy. Never lose control, never losing. Dog, I plan to keep you. Lose your mind where I'm from. I ain't talking from what you see. I never lost soul. Losing time, waste a steady pace, and you off track. I'm on that. You pray to God, hoping He can save you. But the power about war, and that's a different angle. This another lost cause, and I'm just adding to the list. They not seeing me for that reason. Got a flash on the grid. Nigga, big priest. They gon' judge me by my increase. And I'ma keep stepping in these joys to the increase. Just got off the phone with Jacob, and he said it's time to shine. Certified, blue dot, put it on you, now you verified. One West world, bigger than World War III. Do not sleep, it's not cheap, and it's still top 3.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Came on boats and then chains, so when I get rich, I'ma grab a boat and 10 chains with 12 ribs from each tribe. And each rib gonna have at least 3 kids. Yeah, I'ma have a deep squad and rap that since knee high. Now a nigga shack size. Spit that holy fire, when you hear it, you get baptized. One West world, yeah, you niggas know the logo. And I'ma bust it down so the haters see the glow. Let's have a feast, let's shine on our enemies. Right in their face, let's blind all our enemies. Cause now we had, but we come from half not. Throw that cash on the ground, my nigga, let's cast lots. I started from the bottom, birthed out of mud, raised by gangsters, turned out a thug. I ain't give a fuck, burnt out I was, from hitting licks in and out and selling nicks in the drum.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
All right. Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yahweh, thumb to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh, Shema, Thaba, Shem Yahweh, to the sisters. All right, Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, on a command journey in Hana since 1969. We've been bringing this truth out to our people. And what is that truth? That truth is that all so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and indigenous people ascend from the greatest people to ever walk this earth, and that the Bible holds our historical records, and that we are God's chosen people, the Israelites that ascend from the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? Israel is our forefather who had 12 sons, and those 12 sons became the patriarchs to the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? And just waiting for some more people to get into this class. What we're going to be talking about tonight is how we need to stop conforming to destruction. You understand? You know, this class is going to be about how to not conform yourselves to destruction, because today we represent destruction. We represent murder. You understand? We represent mayhem. You know, and that's exactly what our oppressor wants us to do and wants us to represent. We represent madness, man. because we just can't seem to figure out, why our lives are this way. We have no understanding, and some of us give up with this life because there's no understanding being given to them. But here in the ISUPK, we give you practical knowledge. We give you counsel on how to make better decisions in your life, on how to reason with what you're going through, and how to understand what you've been through. For so much time being oppressed in America today, man, brothers and sisters have been mistreated and have mistreated others. Brothers have been falsely convicted and have been convicted for crimes that they have committed. And, and we all have, done some bad in this world. You understand? There is no man that has not sinned. You understand? We have all done some bad, but the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, since 1969, we've been trying to reverse the curse that's on us as a nation of people. And in order to reverse that curse, man, you got to give our people this truth, the truth of their identity, and the truth of our culture. Giving us back our culture, it gives us back our integrity. We adhere to some moral standards when we get our integrity back. Without knowing our customs and our culture and our identity, there is no integrity in us. You understand? All we have is our reputation. And right now, as a nation of people, our reputation is at the bottom. You understand? Our reputation is destruction. All right. So before I go ahead and get into the topic, I want to read some news articles. Okay. I'm going to read some articles about what's going on in our communities, what's being advertised and influenced on our youth, and they're using what they call the pop culture to influence these things on our youth. And with it, it's all violence and murder and destruction for our communities. Okay. So right here, this is Fox Sports New Jersey. Right, it's talking about the crime rate in New Jersey. It says 2 New Jersey cities are unfortunately on the United States of America's murder capital list for 2022. This list features 30 United States cities with the highest number of murders per 1,000 residents. Okay, the neighborhood scout used cities in their research that had at least 25,000 residents. The first New Jersey city that made the list was Camden. Camden ranked number 24 out of the 30 cities listed. The murder rate in the South Jersey city is 0.32 per 1,000 residents. The number of murders have been 23 for 2022, which is 4.9 times the United States average. All right. The second city, Trenton, New Jersey, made the list at number 12 with a murder rate of 0.44 per 1,000 residents, with 40 murders this year so far. This is 6.8 times the U.S. national average. You understand? So these scales has been totaled out of the results of the national cities throughout the United States, the average. Reading on earlier this year, the Neighborhood Scout put out a list where the top 100 cities in the United States were ranked for being the most violent. Unfortunately, both Camden and Trenton made that list as well. Camden came in at number 14, Trenton at number 57. Additionally, Paterson, New Jersey came in at number 97. Despite making this list, Camden, Trenton, and Paterson all have amazing attributes and contribute to the historic makings of New Jersey. You understand? Okay, so now who's predominantly in these low income neighborhoods or in these how would you say these inner cities? I wouldn't mean say low income neighborhoods. Who's predominantly in these inner cities committing most of these crimes, man? You understand? It's our people that are committing these crimes. And this is why these nations is looking at us with no respect at all. These nations don't look at us with, you know, with a clean heart. These nations look at us in disgust. You understand? These nations don't want to help us. You understand? We over here killing each other, and we're killing each other because we have so much desire to be like our oppressor. We have so much desire to make it in life, so much desire to have wealth, so much desire to have the diamonds and, you know, the sense of financial freedom to make any decision that you want. You know, you don't want to live by a set of laws. You know, you think that money is going to allow you to be, you know, help your desire to be lawless in this kingdom that we are living in today. You understand? And our people are destroyed by that, man. We desire the wrong things. And because we desire the wrong things, we end up in destruction. You understand? Our people have been in destruction for a very long time because we don't know who we are and we don't know what to follow. And we keep following the wrong ones. We follow the wrong people. All right? Follow the wrong people. And following the wrong people, it ends up destroying us as a nation. We followed Martin Luther King. What the Martin Luther King said, he said he led his people into a burning house. You understand? Pushing all that integration. You understand? Black man, Hispanic man, indigenous people did better segregated according to the statistics of, you know, kids graduating high school and crime and having, you know, it's all right, less crime and having, you know, their independent businesses, you know, having our own school systems and everything. We did so much better being segregated, being separate from our oppressor. And now all of a sudden today, you know, because of the work that Martin Luther King did and any other person, you know, that had the same agenda as him, because of, you know, the teachings of that false philosophy of, gathering with the oppressor and, you know what I'm saying, making a covenant with the oppressor. Over time, we have been destroyed as a nation of people. You know, a lot of things has decreased in our communities, right? And today we are just influencing not education, not knowledge or history about ourselves. We influence what? Murder. We influence uh, different types of sexuality. We influence, you know, just violence and, you know, poisonous to our body, meaning doing drugs and making depressed songs because of the effects of this, this drug intake that the artists have, man, and they influence it. They make it fashionable so that other people want to make depressing songs and get that fame. Because we are a nation that's not desired so much and poverty stricken so much. We feel like we're unseen. So of course, every black man and every black sister wants to be seen, wants to be famous. So they do what you know is fashionable to do. They do what gets people noticed and gets people, wealthy. Wealthy as compared to our oppressor today. Being able to purchase any car that you want, being able to have a nice house in the hills, and you understand, having a sense a sense of financial freedom. See, down at the bottom looking up, it looks like these people are on top of the world, and it look like they could do everything they want. You know, these people could pull up to your girl and steal her because why? They're pulling up in a Lamborghini, and you find out your girl's a gold digger. You understand? It's a lot going on because of us not conforming to the will of Most High God, man. We have lost so much integrity and we have so much lack of morals in our communities, man. It makes us a laughing stock to, these other nations. It makes us a proverb and a byword to these other nations. That's why they have so many, mock names for us, and they don't want to see us over them. They don't want to see us loving each other. They mimic us as much as they can because they see how we are, so wonderful, I guess, in the media at influencing this type of lifestyle, making it such a fashionable lifestyle. You know, I believe in the times where, Snoop Dogg was making it fashionable to be Crip. Next thing you know, once these artists, influence a certain lifestyle, everybody wants to be Crip or Blood or Grape or, wants to be in some type of gang. Why? Because they make it look real good. You understand? Some brothers in the streets, they influence the lifestyle of being a pimp. You know what I mean? A man having a lot of money in his pocket, a nice car and woman always with him, beautiful woman always with him. You understand? A young man growing up and seeing that, he's going to want that type of thing. You understand? Our people are conformed to destruction. Our community is conformed to destruction. And it's time for our leaders in our communities to stop building them off of, destruction. Stop building your communities off of iniquity. Stop building it off of just evil acts, man, off murder and off, selling drugs to your people. You know what I'm saying? So, giving an example of what's being talked about today, a lot of brothers is dying over this thing called lean. Sipping lean and sipping walk, they may call it, sipping mud. A lot of brothers is dying over this stuff, and not responsive in the hospital because they are addicted to codeine or promethazine. So I'm just gonna give you guys another article about a specific drug, lean. You understand? So this is lean, right? It says when taken in prescribed quantities, cough syrup is quite safe, but dangers arise in higher doses since promethazine is a depressant of the central nervous system, and codeine is a respiratory depressant. When codeine is taken in very large amounts, it can cause one to stop breathing. So a lot of artists out here talking about, sipping pints of this stuff. sipping a pint of promethazine or sipping a pint of lean, you understand? Like, and they getting addicted off of this, this intake of this drink, you understand, of this cough syrup. And as you keep on drinking, you build a tolerance. Some people might not know about tolerance. As you keep on drinking something over time, even smoking, you develop a tolerance, which requires you to drink more or smoke more, you understand, to feel that same type of, response that you did at your first time smoking or your first time drinking. All right. It says, when codeine is taken in very large amounts, it can cause one to stop breathing. Using alcohol and other drugs alongside lean increases the chance of respiratory depression. It seems that the concoction does not cause seizures itself, but increases their likelihood in those susceptible to them. The drink includes a massive amount of opioid codeine, and it has been suggested that promethazine may heighten the euphoric effects of codeine. The addictive nature of the drink means that trying to discontinue regular usage can bring out symptoms of withdrawal. All right. In 2008 interview with MTV News, Lil Wayne described with withdrawal as feeling like death in your stomach when you stop. Everybody wants me to stop all this and all that. It ain't that easy. This is what Lil Wayne said. All right. Lean is confirmed or suspected to have caused the deaths of several prominent users. Respiratory depression is a potentially serious or fatal adverse drug reaction associated with the use of codeine, but mainly the danger lies in the much more potent and CNS depressing phenothiazine related to antihistamine promethazine. This depression is dose related and is the mechanism for the potentially fatal consequences of overdose, respiratory or cardiac arrest, as the most CNS depressants mixing with alcohol greatly increases the risk of respiratory failure and other complications. And this is what's going on in our communities today, man. A lot of young people are drinking this at large amounts, large amounts. You understand? And they're mixing alcohol with it. You understand? And they're, smoking with it. Who knows what's in this weed today, man. A lot of people dying from, angel dust and whatnot. A lot of stuff is going on in our streets today, man. And our communities is falling, man. We're conforming to destruction. Right? And then what is going on? You got the fake Jews paying these rappers, these artists, to influence it in the pop culture. And all that stuff goes to our youth, our babies, man. And that's what they grow up hearing. It's what they grow up seeing in the music videos on YouTube. And this is what's damaging us as a nation of people. Right? But here in the ISUPK, man, it's real practical to learn the will of the Most High God, to come back to your laws and your morals, because it keeps you from this destruction. It keeps you from killing yourselves. You understand? Learn about the Most High God. You learn your identity. You learn your culture and your customs. You learn about your morals, man. And you learn the man that you're supposed to be or the woman that you're supposed to be. You learn about being a leader. And sisters, you learn about being a wife and also a leader to the youth. You understand? Our people are destroyed because we continue to go ahead and refuse this knowledge. We continue to like the things that, to like hearing the things that's, unmature. We're very drawn to an ignorant way of life. You understand? And through our ignorance, we sin. All right. So real quick, we're gonna hop into some scriptures. Breaking down certain things. You know what I mean? And we're gonna go on from there. We're going to go to the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. All right. Let's go to the book of Amos, Amos chapter 3. It's the book of Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, hear this word that the Lord Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. So the Lord is saying, Israel is the only people he has known of all the families of this earth. You understand? This means that the Lord is not dealing with these other nations, right? The Lord is only talking to the nation of Israel. The Lord doesn't want nothing to do with these other nations. He wants to see his people on top. You understand? That's why the Lord has given us the laws and none of these other nations. All right? You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Read that part again, Salaki. It says, therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. So being that we were the ones that was given this law and not anybody else, we're going to be punished for breaking the law. You understand? Just like how you having kids in your household. You understand? You're not going to get mad that anybody on the outside told your son or your daughter to do wrong. You understand? Or do something that they wasn't supposed to do. Yeah, you're gonna be mad at them, but you're gonna be more angry at your kid because why? You taught your kid not to do what somebody else enticed them to do. You understand? You lay down the laws and the rules in your own household as a father or a mother, letting your kid know this is what you're not supposed to do, this is what you're supposed to do. You understand? And this is what somebody else is not supposed to do to you. And this is how you know if this person is a friend. You give all these type of rules to your children growing up. And the same thing that you are doing to your son or your daughter, the Most High has done to us. He's given us judgment. You understand? He's given us a good wisdom and understanding on what we should do and what we should not do. Right? And through your experience, when you learn through your experience of breaking the rules, you're gonna learn why you wasn't supposed to do it. You understand? The Most High is a father to the children of Israel. He has not known these other nations. He is not a father to these other nations. The Most High wants to look after his children, his special people. All right. It's Salaki. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 2. I'm going to read it again. It says, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. All right. Iniquity, man. We're talking about sin. All right. Now, what's sin, real quick? Okay, real quick. I'll open up the other Bible app. We're going to break down what sin is real quick. Give you a precept to explain it. I know people might just say it off the top of their head, but you got to make sure that you got these precepts also in your notebooks. All right. It's 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Let everybody get to this. 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. I know y'all want to do whatever y'all want in life. I know. You could do what you want, but within the Most High's laws, man. Where there's no law, there's no sin. You understand? All right, this is 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. It says, whosoever committed sin transgresses also the law. Right? So this is breaking down what sin is. For sin is the transgression of the law. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. That is what sin is. Sin is transgressing the law. All right? Sin is an action, meaning you did something against the law. All right? Let's go back. So now we know what it's talking about when it's talking about sin. All right. So the Lord is going to punish us for our sins. Real quick, give you another precept. Why is he punishing us? Because he gave us these laws. He did not give anybody else these laws. Let me give you a quick precept about that. All right, the Lord is punishing us because he gave us these laws. So here's the precept, all right? This is Psalms chapter 1, 147, verse 19. It says, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. All right. Verse 20, he hath not dealt so with any nation. It's saying it right here again, precept upon precept. It's saying it right here again in verse 20, right? It says, he hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh. All right. So this is a precept breaking down that the Lord only gave his laws and his statutes and commandments to the nation of Israel, to the seed of Jacob. All right. Not the seed of Edom, not the seed of Ishmael. He didn't give his statutes and commandments to these other people, man. The Lord is only communicating through the Israelites. All right. So because he only gave us the law, he's going to punish us for breaking the law. All right. Let me get to Isaiah chapter 3. We're going to jump over to Isaiah chapter 3, verse 8. Okay. Yeah, we got to stay away from this destruction, man. Isaiah, I'm going to go into Isaiah, and Isaiah breaks down a lot about destruction. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 8. For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen. So this is talking about Israel. We have fallen as a nation of people. We have been scattered through the four corners of the earth. We have been through the transatlantic slave trade. You know what I'm saying? Our sons and our daughters was being taken away from us, stripped out of our hands through slavery, even fed as alligator bait. You understand? What else, man? It's just, you could read about them books of what they did to us in slavery. You understand? It wasn't that long ago. All right. We have fallen as a nation of people because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord Yahweh to provoke the eyes of his glory. And this is why we have fallen, because our doings, man, our actions and the way we spoke, you understand? We used to curse the Most High. You understand? We used to curse the prophets that the Most High would put above us. We didn't want the prophets to lead us, man. We wanted to do what the heathens did. Just like if you read the book of First Samuel, they didn't want the old Samuel to lead them. They wanted the king. They wanted the king like the other nations had a king. You understand? They didn't want Samuel to lead them, and they didn't want his sons to lead them because the sons wasn't doing after the ways of Samuel. You can read about that in First Samuel. I believe it starts at chapter 8. All right. So Isaiah chapter 3, verse 8. For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord Yahweh, to provoke the eyes of his glory. In verse 9. The show of their countenance doth witness against them. All right. And they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Right? Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Man, if you read about Sodom and Gomorrah, man, they were flaming homosexuals. You understand? They declared that stuff. They were flaming homosexuals, and the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. Woe unto their soul, for they have awarded evil unto themselves. Verse 10. Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. So to the righteous, the good things shall come to you. You learn to be righteous, man. You come into the ISUPK and you sit down in class, and you learn about your history, man. You come into the Sabbath service, going through the traditions that our forefathers did, like being anointed, what I'm saying, learning and embracing this culture, putting this culture on you as your cover, man. You understand? Good things is gonna come from that. Because the Lord is watching out for the ones that's keeping his commandments, man. The ones that's walking in his commandments. You know what I'm saying? Walking in what their forefathers did when it came to worshiping the Most High correctly. You understand? In verse 11, woe unto the wicked. And by the way, woe means destruction or destroy. To be destroyed or destruction. That's what woe means. It says, woe to the wicked. It shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. So the reward of being wicked is destruction, man. The reward of being wicked is what? Cancer, HIV, AIDS, and smite with madness, schizophrenia. These are so many things, so many judgments that the Lord will give you from being wicked. It's not only just taking your life. It's a lot of things that is consisted of the judgment of being wicked. You understand? A lot of bad could come into your life. A lot of negativity could be around you in your life. And just look at how we are affected today because of the wickedness that our forefathers did. We are in a community where we can't get along. We are in a community where the cops are shooting and killing us because they're just nervous of, the stereotype of a black man with braids or dreads and wearing a black hoodie. So they're quick to shoot. Not quick to shoot their own people, but they're quick to shoot us. You understand? And that's all because of what we did back in our old days of breaking the commandments of the Most High God. We are now getting rewarded from our actions of being evil, and we're suffering today because of it. You understand? If we kept the commandments back then, we'll be above all these nations right now. You understand? It says, woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. All right? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Again, we're breaking down the destruction. Do not conform to destruction. This class is about separating yourself from anybody that's trying to entice you to go against your God, man. The black man, you have a God, and he's a black God. You understand? Christ was a black man, and he is your king. You understand? You need to follow the teachings of Christ, your brother who died to give you this grace period, who died for you to change your life for the better. Come back into the walk of worshiping the Most High God, your power, man. Follow the will of the Most High God, your power, man, and embrace being an Israelite. Embrace your culture. You understand? Get your integrity back. All right. What did I say? Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. It's Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Again, here's that word woe, meaning destruction or destroy. It says, woe to them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. This is a good scripture right here. It says, destruction to those that call evil good, man. So destruction to the ones that love their oppressor. And they hate that we are out here on the streets prophesying and calling the oppressor all a bunch of names and calling the oppressor a devil. You know, Christians do not like how we speak in the ISUPK. You know, they don't like how we speak with that masculine. They don't like how we speak with that type of tone of authority. They don't like that stuff, man. They don't like us out there telling the truth about the Bible, man. They hate it. They don't like us revealing this truth that our slavery is recorded in these scriptures. You understand? They don't like us breaking down that the Jews were actually black. The Jews are here today in America, and they are the Negroes, Hispanics, indigenous people. They don't like us breaking that down. They hate it. And I thought America was a place where you could be free, do whatever you want, worship whatever you want. And it shows that they lied to you. Because once the black man calls himself a Jew, people start getting canceled. You understand? People start losing their jobs. You know what I mean? Or people start being mistreated. You know, hatred comes to those that know their true identity. But here in the Israelite school, University of Practical Knowledge, man, we're not afraid of none of that. We're not afraid of being canceled. You understand? You can't cancel this truth. This is an army that's going to be out there on the corners prophesying this truth until Christ's return. And we're going to build up brothers and sisters and teach them to serve the Most High God, Yahweh. You understand? Your son, he's going to hear us on the corner. He's going to come home and ask you some questions. And you're not going to like them questions. Why? Because you're so used to living an evil lifestyle as a father or a mother. And your son is going to be learning to separate from your household. And he's going to learn to come into the school and learn about the Most High God, Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to like it. You're going to speak evil of your son. And you're going to be mad at your daughter that she's not there on Christmas Eve and Christmas or celebrating the New Year's with you. You're going to be mad that your brother or your sister is not calling you and saying happy birthday. Why? Because you hate the truth. You understand? And destruction comes to the ones that hate the truth, man. It says, woe to them that call evil good and good evil. So you like hearing about how, girls could go ahead and have sex with anybody they want to. You like hearing about the guns and the violence of, for no reason. You know what I mean? You like being in the mix. You like being in the drama. That's your way of life, and that's how you want to live it. You understand? You choose destruction before you choose life. And our people are just choosing death, man. They don't want to hear the laws of the Most High God. It says, woe to them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Verse 21, woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. So woe again, meaning destruction to them that are wise in their own eyes. And this happens a lot. This is a scripture for a lot of characters in our community, man. It's a lot of people out here that think they know it all, man. They think they know it all. They sit up here and say, man, I read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. Not knowing that the Apocrypha is a part of the Bible. But hey, they sit up here and think that they know the Bible. A lot of Christians swear they do. You know what I mean? And it's destruction when they sit up here and refuse the wisdom, that the brothers in the UPK is breaking down. It's destruction that comes to their life, man. What is prudence? Because it does say, and prudent in their own sight, meaning prudence, right? This is a definition. It's the ability to govern and and discipline oneself by the use of reason. So they reason, they come up with their own type of discipline. You know what I'm saying? They think that their way of life, there's no shame in their game. You know what I mean? And nobody could tell them nothing. They are shameless people. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shameless characters in our community, brothers and sisters, and that all comes from you not liking the truth. You not liking the reality. And that's what truth is, man. Dealing with reality. The reality is that the Most High is real. His laws are still in effect. And you want to live lawless. You don't want to hear the harsh reality. You know what I'm saying? Females don't want to hear them being called whores. They call it slut shaming. Well, here in the ISUPK, you're going to be called a whore if you're acting like a whore. You understand? And it's just us showing you love because we're letting you know that you need to change. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is not dealing with whores. You know what I'm saying? Nor is he dealing with sodomites. You can't be no homosexual. You can't be in an LGBTQ and saying you love God, man. You love Satan. Satan wants you to go ahead and, have sex with the same gender. That's a way of Satan. You can't serve two masters, man. You want to either choose the Most High or you're going to choose to serve Satan. All right? And if you choose to serve Satan, man, that's your destruction. You are deceiving yourself, and because why? That demon has hopped inside of you, and now all you do is listen to that, deceiving voice in your head, and you continue to walk in this life thinking you know it all until something bad happens to you. Right? It may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow. It may not happen in a year or so, but a lot of things will start to happen to you down the line. You can believe that. You might get the Lord, what he does is he builds you up to bring you down. You might start getting money doing a lot of evil acts. You understand? You might start to get a lot of money selling drugs. And eventually the FBI kicks down your door. You know what I'm saying? Or eventually somebody's sneaking in your back door to do a job where your enemy in the streets has sent upon you. You know what I'm saying? And it's just some type of destruction is going to hit you down the line. And and what we call it is a rude awakening. You understand? You're going to have a rude awakening. And that's the truth right there. It's the reality. All right. It says, woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Now, let me give you a precept for this one. Because that's what we do. We go precept upon precept. All right. Let me get the book of Proverbs, chapter 3. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. And it says, trust in the Lord Yahweh with all thine heart. And a lot of people might know this scripture because it's definitely used a lot, but I don't believe people understand it. You know what I'm saying? If you're in that Christian church, you just don't understand this scripture right here, man. They teach this, but you just don't get it. Like, you just don't get that you're supposed to keep all the commandments. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not, and you're telling people that you don't have to, you're not understanding this scripture. You're not getting what the Bible is teaching you. All right? This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. It says, trust in the Lord Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. So your opinions don't matter. You understand? Like I said in the beginning of this class, I said that the Lord gave us judgments, right? The Lord gave us judgment. That's what the Bible said, that he gave the nation of Israel judgments, laws, and statutes. And he only gave it to us. He ain't dealing with no other nation of people. So if we break these laws, we're going to get in trouble for breaking them. You understand? These other nations ain't gonna get in trouble. We're gonna get in trouble. We're supposed to be the ones enforcing his law. You see how America is enforcing their law? And if we break their law, we get in trouble, we get fined, all right, we go to prison. And who's highly populated in these prisons? It's the blacks, Hispanics, and indigenous people. You understand? We are filling up the prisons every single day. They are sending people home because the prisons is so full right now. Because our people just want to live so lawlessly. You understand? Have no morals anymore. All right. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding." Verse 6, "In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths." Man, acknowledge the Most High God. You understand? Let's look up what acknowledge means. Its definition of acknowledge: accept or admit the existence or truth of. And second definition: recognize the fact or importance or quality of. You understand? So acknowledge him. Acknowledge the Most High God. Acknowledge how important it is to keep these laws. You understand? And he shall direct your path. Verse 7, it says, "Be not wise in your own eyes." Here it is again. You shouldn't be wise in your own eyes, man. You don't know nothing. All right? You think you know more than the Most High? Why would you choose to go against the Most High? You know, haven't you looked at the history of your forefathers when we chose to go to the Most High? When we chose to go against the Most High? These scriptures is written for our learning, man. We need to go in these scriptures and learn what happened to us when we chose to go against the Most High. And you will see that there's nothing new under the sun. You will see that we're going through the same thing that is written in these curses, written in these scriptures. And it is these curses that's in this Bible. All right. It says, "In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths." Verse 7, "Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord Yahweh and depart from evil." And that's what you're supposed to be doing, man. This is a decree that you're supposed to depart from evil. This is a law that you're supposed to separate yourself from all the evil doings, from all that evil thinking, and all the wicked imaginations you have. You need to learn to separate yourself from that type of logic. All right. The only place to get the best understanding is in the ISUPK on the Command and Journey of Honda. All right. It's the best place to get the understanding of the Most High God. The best place to get the understanding of brotherhood, sisterhood, and learning your culture and your tradition. It's evil to go ahead and deny your people. Here in the ISUPK, you're going to learn not to deny your people, but you are going to deny destruction. You understand? You should want destruction for your enemies, right? You should want destruction for the ones who's destroying your people today. You understand? The Lord is a man of war. And that's a mindset of a soldier right there. To want to destroy the ones that's destroying your people. You understand? But you need to go about it the Most High's way. See, these scriptures, these laws, and these scriptures is our blueprint on how to get out of this oppression. So don't go about it your own way. You understand? Don't lean into your own understanding. Don't be wise in your own eyes and try to do things on your own. Try to make posters and rally at the Capitol with guns and march in the street. with guns and everything, trying to intimidate people who have nukes and tanks. Man, the Lord said, don't be wise in your own eyes, man. This is going to lead to your destruction if you try to be wise in your own eyes. This is our instructions on how to get out of this oppression. This is our knowledge and our wisdom and our understanding comes from the brother in the ISUPK. Break down these scriptures, you understand, because the Lord is dealing with the ISUPK. All right. Go back to Isaiah chapter 5, verse 21. It says, woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. All right, we're going to drop that. And we're going to go over to Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. So Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. All right. Because this is a scripture about the rebellion spirit that our people have, that rebellious spirit, man. And destruction comes from that, man. Destruction comes from having a rebellious spirit. You understand? The Lord is going to teach you a lesson being, rebelling against him. You rebel against the Most High, you're going to learn a lesson. All right? Just like how a father should raise his kid. If a kid rebels against you, let him learn his lesson. You understand? And that's what we have been doing. We've been learning our lesson that how it's very important that we need the Most High God. We need our Father to watch over us. We need our power and our strength. Everything is in the Most High God. You understand? He made us this way to be designed to him. He chose us. We didn't choose him. The Most High chose us. And we are rebellious and rejecting our nature on this earth. The nature of the Israelite man is to serve the Most High God. Don't go against your nature. Serve the Most High God, your power, man. And walk in your King's way, Yahweh Shai. Walk in his ways. He gave us the blueprint on how to go ahead and live in these times of genocide on our people. And that's what this Bible is teaching us, man, how to live in genocide and how to survive out here. And how to understand death and how to understand what's going on around us. Because where there's no understanding, there's fear, man. It's a lot of fear when we looking around and just not knowing what the hell to do. All we know to do is just get money and pay the bills. We seeking the knowledge. A lot of people got the zeal of God, but they don't got it by the knowledge. You understand? We seeking the knowledge. We're seeking in the wrong places. All right? We seeking in the wrong places, in the right places to come into the ISUPK. Yeah, the ISUPK, them crazy brothers on the corner, you know what I'm saying, lifting up their voice and letting our people know that brotherhood is a weapon to get off of drugs. Yeah, them crazy brothers on the corner telling our people, the Most High does not like whoredom, telling our sisters to stay off that stripper pole, stay out of the random strangers' cars, you know what I'm saying? Stay away from the pipe. Stay away from them syringes. All right? The needles, stay away from it all, man. Them crazy brothers on the corner, yeah, we got a crazy job. We letting our people know to go against the norm in society. You understand? Don't rebel against this love that the brothers in the ISUPK is giving. This love is coming from the Most High God, bro. Like the brothers in the ISUPK, we keeping these commandments. And we showing you that our sacrifice, man, our sacrifice is to keep these laws and then sacrifice our Fridays and Saturdays to go out there and teach. Sacrifice our time to do whatever we want, to learn and study, to teach. In order to teach, you got to study and be taught. Don't be wise in your own eyes, man, thinking you know it all, man. You ain't even been taught by the priests and prophets of the Most High God. The ISUPK is not affiliated with no other Israelite camp. You understand? You are not under Commander General Yohana. If you are not under the banner of the ISUPK, you are not in the truth. And you need to be taught in order to teach, man. Be taught the truth. You want to become a priest? You want to get some rank? Come in the ISUPK and prove yourself first. Prove yourself. But don't be wise in your own eyes, man. Don't lean into your own understanding. You need to understand that there's structure. There's structure when it comes to follow the Most High God, Yahweh. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1 says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." Now, what's that saying? What do we do? Right? We take counsel. There's men out here that take counsel, but they call themselves what? A Muslim. They call themselves what? A Christian. What? A Buddhist. What? You understand? 5%er. They take advice and the wisdom or so-called wisdom of all of these different customs from these heathen nations. None of this stuff is our culture. We identify as something that's not even us. We're calling ourselves Nubian. Right? We want to be African so bad. So bad. We call ourselves Nubian. And we embrace the African culture, the Hamitic culture. When we descend from Shem. You understand? We descend from Shem. We do not keep the cultures of the descendants of Ham. And that's because we do these things because we are destroyed by the lack of knowledge, man. All right. It says, but not of my spirit. And the spirit of the Most High is a holy spirit, man. What does it mean to be holy? It means to be separate or set apart. Right? The Most High is separate. If you go to put it at an abundance of all of these religions out here on this earth, in an abundance, right? Anybody can be in these religions. Anybody. Anybody can name themselves after their religion. You got Caucasian Muslims. I'm pretty sure you got Chinese Muslims. I'm pretty sure, man. You could be any nationality and call yourself a Muslim. You understand what I'm saying? Anybody could be a Christian. Anybody could be a Buddhist and practice the Buddhist, whatever it's called, Buddhism. Right? But how come? I ain't gonna say how come. I'm gonna say, but when it comes to these scriptures and learning that, the Most High God is separate and His people are separate. Who is His people? The Israelites. Not everybody can be an Israelite. That's a beautiful thing. That's some real integrity, man. That's something you should embrace. You understand? Because in order to be an Israelite, you have to be an Israelite by blood. All right? The Lord is dealing with the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you don't descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, okay, well, the Lord ain't dealing with you. You understand? Verse 2. That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Now, that's what we do today, because America is like the spiritual Egypt. Okay, right? Or Babylon, spiritual Babylon, right? What we do is we go down to our oppressor for help, for strength. We don't go down to we don't rely on the Lord, man. We go to our oppressors for help. You know, the sisters, they claim pro-black, 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 pro-black. But then when their husband is so-called sleeping with another woman or cheating, they may call it, they go ahead and put him on child support. Put him on child support. They get their oppressor involved in their marriage. They want justice from a man having another woman. You know, we go down for, we go there, we join their armies for benefits. We join, we join them for benefits. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. We join them for benefits. There's a lot of things we do when we go down to our oppressor, man. We vote. We vote for them. We put them in the chair. We make them chairmen of our towns and our communities. You understand? The Lord is not doing all that, and there's destruction that comes with that. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to be giving up on, this truth, dropping your sword and going into the world and, voting for them and believing in their way of life. Why? Because you see more money in what they do. You see more wealth on the outside of the truth. You understand? Well, really, in the truth, you learn to store up your wealth for the kingdom of heaven. You understand? This money out here in this world, it ain't got no match to what the Most High God has prepared for you in the kingdom of heaven. You understand? If you keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, the Lord has something prepared for you in the kingdom of heaven. And you learn to do that in the school of ISUPK. You don't learn to you don't learn to forsake your people, forsake your God. You don't learn to do that in ISUPK. You don't learn to, put the oppressor before your people. That's something the house Negroes did. They sold out their people for their own benefit. You understand? That's some selfish behavior. You understand? And you don't do that. You learn not to do that in the ISUPK. All right, we're gonna drop that. We're gonna drop down in verse 9. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 9. It says that this is a rebellious people. All right, it's talking about the Israelites. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord Yahweh. Right, and that we do not want to, man. We don't got time to be hearing about the scriptures being brought out when all we have is on our mind is like, yo, I just want to smoke a blunt, trying to get this money. All we got is money on our mind. Money, 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 money. Money. And for brothers, I know about brothers. I know about my brothers. So all we got is money and women on our mind. You understand? How we about to get these bills paid? Yeah, we got kids that need to be fed, right? You understand? We not trying to listen to the brothers in the ISUPK in these classes, man. We wanna watch TV and just be chilling. We wanna just be doing whatever it is that we want to do. It makes us feel good. You understand? We don't want to spend time reading our books to increase our knowledge, to increase our learning. We don't want to spend time doing that. Nah, what we want to do is waste time on the block, having fun with our homies on the block, drinking, smoking, selling drugs to our people. We don't want to do the whole normal thing in life, which is get a 9 to 5 and pay taxes and conform to the normal thing in life. And being normal, oh my goodness, man, you stay out of trouble. Just be normal, man. Be normal. You ain't gotta do this. You ain't gotta choose the level of chaos that ain't even meant for most of y'all, man. It's a lot. And some of us out here is just choosing a lifestyle that ain't even for us. This lifestyle is not for everybody, man. The lifestyle of selling drugs and avoiding, being chased down by cops and being caught. Some people not ready to go ahead and be selling pounds, and it's a lot that comes with that, man. You want to be at the top, but the ones at the top, it's a hard fall. You want to be a kingpin. All right, well, if you get caught by being a kingpin, can you do 20 years or more in prison? You know what I'm saying? Or are you going to be known as a rat? You understand? A lot of people in our community, man, they choose a life that's not meant for them. And they learn the hard way. Some learn that when you join these organized crimes, organizations, you know what I'm saying? When you join into all that street activity, some learn that you end up taking charges for other people. You putting your loyalty where it shouldn't belong. You putting your loyalty in the wrong position. And you pay at the end. You understand? And ISUPK, put your loyalty in the ISUPK. Stay out the way. You won't choose wrong. You won't choose wrong when you choose the ISUPK. You're not choosing destruction. You choosing life when you choosing, the ISUPK. You choosing life to sit down and learn about your God, man. Choose the Most High God, Yahweh. All right. Getting back to the scriptures, it says Isaiah chapter 30, verse 9, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord Yahweh. Verse 10, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak to us smooth things, prophesy deceits. This is what people want to hear, man. They want to hear us talking about guns and butter, man. They don't want to hear us talking about, they don't want to hear us talking about, man, you got to put them drugs down. They don't want to hear us talking about that. They want to hear us talking about guns and, making money and sleeping with hoes and, selling drugs. That's what they want to hear us talking about. The black man and black woman, we so drawn to chaos and destruction. It's disgusting. It's real disgusting, man. And we represent destruction and death and mayhem and murder and madness, man. We represent it. It's to the point when any other nation thinks about destruction and death and all those things and madness, man. I guarantee you the Negro, the Hispanic, and the indigenous people pop up, man. Because we the alcoholics. We're the ones that's drinking until our kidneys fail. We're the ones chilling in front of the liquor store selling drugs and, casting lots on the block, wasting time throughout our day, not doing nothing. We pouring up, sipping, and drinking walk by the drinking walk by the pint, sipping that dirty drink. It's just a lot going on in our communities. It's destruction, bro. It's destruction. All right. And we choose to take heed to that way of life. We choose that type of lifestyle. All right. And that's why we are a rebellious people. That's the effect of being a rebellious people. That's the effect of not listening to the truth, not dealing with reality how you should. Ones who don't deal with reality, what do? They seek for self-pity. They seek for people that relate to, being addicted to drugs and can't get out of that deep hole of depression. They're destroying themselves. They want to die. They just don't want to kill themselves with a gun. They rather kill themselves with a cigarette. They rather kill themselves with Percocets and lean, and they feed their flesh because it makes them feel good. It numbs the flesh. It slows down the thoughts. They don't want to think about discipline. They don't want to think about the responsibility of being a man or a woman. So they drink. So they smoke. This is what we do. We drink, we smoke, we destroy ourselves. That's exactly what our oppressor wants us to do. It gets them money. It gets the money from them funeral homes to bury us. It gets the money. It keeps them rich. While their kids is in these private schools, our kids is in schools that's being shut down and turned into prisons or juvenile homes. And our kids is in schools that's not funded properly. So the education is weak. And where there's weak education, well, you have weak-minded individuals. You understand? Verse 11, and going on, I'm going to start from 10 again. It says, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Verse 11, get you out the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. And that's what they want, man. They don't want us out there on the streets. They scream out, get a job to us, thinking that we don't have no job. You understand? They think that these niggas is crazy because they come out here every Friday and Saturday to tell us what we need to do. We don't want to hear all of that. How about you put some money in our pocket, then we'll listen. Huh? How about y'all gonna pay my bills? Women be out here selling their bodies. They sell their bodies and using the bills to using the bills that need to be paid to justify those type of actions. Our women is selling our bodies so that they could pay bills and take care of their baby because they the only one that's taking care of it. The man not there, right? And trying to use that to justify why they out here, having sex with multiple men, jumping in and out of cars. Women out here getting hooked on drugs. They jumping in and out of cars too, so they get their fix. You understand? They don't have money all the time, so what they do? They start selling their body. You know what I mean? This is all because y'all don't want to listen to this truth, man. You don't want to listen to the Lord. You understand? The real prophets is in the ISUPK. All right? I'm going to finish it up. I'm gonna finish the class on this scripture right here. We're gonna go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 28. Go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 28. All right. And this is what we need to do, man. Instead of rebelling as a nation of people, this is what we need to do. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. You understand? Continue to fight for this truth, man. And that's what we're doing in the UPK, man. We fighting for our people. You know, we pushing this truth about our true identity. We letting our people know that these holidays that we celebrate today, they not profiting us nothing. And we're sinning by keeping our oppressors' customs. So strive for the truth to death, man. Be serious when it comes to seeking the Most High God. Put your emotions aside, because coming into this truth, it's a lot of harsh reality going to be thrown at you. You understand? And your family is going to reject you. Your family in the world is going to reject you, because you're going to start to change your life around and think different. But keep striving for the truth, man. Keep running after the Lord, seeking wisdom and understanding. And don't drop your sword no matter what. When times get rough, you got a brother there to call upon in the ISUPK. You understand? And the Lord is fighting for you. The brothers in the ISUPK is fighting for you. And we standing 10 toes down, man. You know what I mean? And with that being said, it's the Israelite School, University of Practical Knowledge. Start out 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm the commander, Jenny Hana. All right. Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Thumb to the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shema Thumb Bashim Yahweh Shah to the sisters. With that being said, Shalom Israel.